Welcome back to another tarot tea time. I hope you guys had a great weekend. You guys had a lot of questions about Hailey Bieber. So, the last video I did about Justin a few days ago, if you haven't seen it yet, you might want to check it out after this. I did a reading where I just kind of checked in on him, and some strange things were coming up about Hailey, I will say. Since that reading, Hailey had her 1 year anniversary of her Rhode skincare brand a couple days ago, which is great and amazing. We're all for supporting people doing what they want to do in life, but it is a little bit odd. I saw that like on her Instagram, she basically had no photos of Justin except for one like obligatory birthday post. And then I went over to his, almost every single photo is him with his wife. And also in the press, he's been talking about, wanting a family. She's been saying that she's scared of having a family. And then to kick it just as one last kind of nail in the coffin, it was pretty bizarre, I think, that a few days ago, she came out on her stories basically implying, please stop bullying Selena Gomez. She didn't say her name, but you know, she like alluded to the fact that people were bullying Selena Gomez on her behalf. Some people were saying that Hailey hired bots to comment on Selena's post, her most recent post where she was in Paris looking super cute in a sweater. So that she could come back and be like benevolent and say, oh, please don't bully her, like what Selena did for Hailey a few months back, because it just seems like Hailey mirrors Selena. It's weird. Maybe this is just a coincidence yet again, but maybe not. We're going to get the tarot tea truth tonight. Let's check in on Hailey. She looked stunning in her dress. I'm obsessed with her dress that she wore to the Rhode 1 year anniversary. I'm sure the party was great. The skincare seems to be really well received. Let's just see, like, what is her general vibe at this time in life? The the devil card. Guys, when the tarot tea just comes out and tells you. So the devil card is not necessarily like an evil card in the deck, especially in this little, Golden Girls deck, but it is a card that implies that someone is out for the finer things in life right now. This is someone who is putting their pleasure first, their ego first, their sense of self first. And again, I'm not saying that anyone, especially women, should have to sacrifice and like stay home and not have their business going. I don't believe in that at all. I don't do that in my life and in my marriage. But it just seems like with the devil card coming in to represent her, with this being her main motivation, it just seems like she's in a mindset where she's really focused on herself right now and nothing else. And the cheesecake here, it's like, don't mind if I have my cake and eat it too, whatever that means in the situation. All right, I need another sip for this. The tarot tea's getting heated. We're starting off the week hot. Okay. Okay, let's get another one. Oop. 8 of Wands. Things are happening fast in her life. Things are going really quickly for her. She is going from place to place. This describes her general energy right now, and she's kind of like a tornado. Like she has plans, she has things that she's doing. It's almost like she is in a state of non-stop motion. And I'm getting goosebumps right here. So I'm going to say that is confirmation that yes, right now she is in a state where she's solely focused on her goals, her ambitions, and what makes her happy, and at the expense of whatever that may mean. Now let's switch over and let's get the tarot tea truth about the situation with Selena Gomez. Did she really hire bots? Did her publicity team hire bots to troll Selena Gomez just so that she could come out and say, be nice to her so that she looks good? Which honestly, just if that ends up being true, that is so embarrassing. Okay. Very cringe. What happened with that? What was her involvement? Queen of Swords. Swords are air signs. Air signs are connected to technology. If you are the queen of technology, this is telling me that yes, she has the capability to manipulate situations, especially when it comes to the internet or the way that things look in the press, and that is very much her focus right now because her goal is to further her career. And in order to do that right now, she feels like she needs to look good in the eyes of the public. And the Queen of Swords is definitely a card of being ruthless, not being afraid to cut off what no longer serves you, not being afraid to go after what you want, regardless of, what you have to do to get there. It's someone who is very calculating. So I'm going to say yes. Allegedly, the tarot tea truth for entertainment purposes only. I'm going to say yes. This was an orchestrated thing, which is why it came across as so off and kind of weird to so many of us. A lot of people said if she wouldn't have, like on the internet, people said if she wouldn't have even said anything about it, no one would have known that it happened, which is, I agree with. I mean, What? No one anyway, let's let's get another one. If you guys want more info about Selena Gomez, by the way, check out my most recent podcast episode in the Cards and Stars, where I talk about Selena Gomez's Summer of Love because Venus is in Leo. And by the way, Venus is in Leo for all of us as well. So you're going to want to check that out to see about your summer of love, who's in love with you, and what's going on with Selena Gomez. It's a good one. All right. Let's get another one about that whole situation with social media and wanting to look good. Two of Swords. Wow. Okay. This makes me feel some compassion, I will say, because the Two of Swords is someone that feels trapped, but who really isn't. This tells me that right now, Haley's kind of trapped in her ego mind because she feels like she's being compared to Selena. Well, in reality, no one can compare you without your consent. Like she could, if she chose to, remove herself from the situation mentally and focus on her family, her project, and really just let it go and realize that like her fulfillment and looking good in the public eye is only going to come through authenticity. And people, you just have to let people do what they're going to do. This Two of Swords, this person has a blindfold around their eyes. They're holding swords, but all they have to do is put the swords down and take the blindfold off. Their hands aren't tied. So it's kind of like this illusion where, and I've got to say, I do have compassion for that because I can imagine in the public eye, it's much easier said than done to just like get over it or just try to remove yourself from it and focus on, your spiritual and emotional well-being and your business and what's good in your life. But I would say if I were to give her advice, if you're watching, Haley, then it's important just to be grateful for what you have and focus on your blessings and let people talk if they're going to talk. As long as you know in your heart what you have in your life and you're grateful for it, nobody can take that away. Okay. Just saying. Makes me kind of sad. All right. So let's move on now to a question that I've seen posed, and I still honestly I don't know how I feel or think about it. Who can say? That's why we got to turn to the tarot T truth here. But there have been some rumors that Justin and Haley have been having problems, and that's why he didn't show up to her 1 year anniversary of Road. That other people influencers were invited, her friends were invited, but that he didn't show up. And instead, he sent flowers, which I think she put on her Instagram or something. Okay. So, why did he not show up? Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so we can see in this card that this woman, Blanche, in the Golden Girls Tarot deck, is just focusing on what she's doing. She's focusing on her craft. Eight of Pentacles is someone who is hard at work because they want to get some sort of material reward. This is putting your nose to the grindstone and knowing that you have to have full focus in order to make your dreams a reality. I'm getting goosebumps. This is confirmation. So I don't think that it had anything to do with anything going on in their relationship regardless of like kind of where they're at right now. I really think that it was a decision that Haley made because she wanted to make sure that her relationship with Justin didn't take away from this Eight of Pentacles, this hard work energy. I think she's really trying to carve out a space for herself in this marriage, in this media narrative, and achieve her dreams and goals of feeling like she's accomplished something for herself with her own name. And I get that. I think all of us want that. All of us deserve that. On some level, we all want that, right? We want to be known for who we are, not just as someone in association with somebody else. So I think that she asked him to bow out of this appearance because she just really wanted to have the opportunity to do what she loves without the distraction or like the media frenzy that comes with Justin being present at anything. Okay. One last card before we go. What is the general vibe of her feelings towards Justin at this time in life? Nine of Wands. Okay, so this is kind of like I've done a lot of work and now I'm going to sit back and see what happens. So, the Nine of Wands, wands are passion, their energy in the tarot. The card that comes after this is a burden worth having, but the Nine of Wands, this person is just kind of leaning on one wand of passion, but they're taking a little break, just kind of taking a step back to observe what happens next. And I think that this tells us that the mindset she's in right now is like, I'm going to see if he can handle this new chapter of my life, because her intention right now, the devil card, we saw the 8 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, a lot of eights, by the way. Eights represent abundance and wealth in numerology and in the tarot. So she's really focused on creating this abundance and this wealth, this stability for herself. And I just have to say, I feel like she just is in a place where she's kind of like putting it on the back burner. Her relationship with Justin, she's like, obviously, there's a lot of love there. Obviously, they're married, they're committed. I don't see like a breakup or anything, but I just see this energy of like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Guys, I'm getting goosebumps so hardcore right now. I don't even know if you can see that, but okay, Dirty Truth. So she is getting this feeling so strongly right now that in order to achieve her goals and dreams, she knows that she's going to have to be more independent. She knows that she can't just be Mrs. Justin Bieber. So in order to do that, she's going to just do what she needs to do. And she's waiting to see, can Justin handle this, because they've never been in this position before. He's used to being the one who is in the spotlight, or when, in previous relationships, they were both in the spotlight for their own thing. But I think that he's used to the relationship being a certain way, and now she's sitting back and waiting to see how he's going to handle her newfound sense of ambition and her newfound shift in priorities. So, yeah, the jury is still out, you guys, but that's where they're at right now. That's where she's at. We got to just extend some grace, have some compassion. And I think that that made sense, though. Dang, did that make sense? Okay, tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what your intuition is telling you about this whole situation, or all it was like three situations rolled into one, and what you guys want me to do a reading on next. So much has been happening in the world of pop culture. I'm like, I don't even know which one you guys want me to do. So let me know so I can do the tarot reading that you guys would like. And I'll be back in another couple days for more tarot tea. In the meantime, please check out my podcast, In the Cards and Stars, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, all about astrology and tarot. And if you guys want a little bit of an inspo, a little pick me up, I have a show called Be Zen TV that airs on ABC in Dallas that I produce and host. I've been doing that for 7 years, you guys. 7 years, a long time. Um, but we just did a video with Dr. Shayna, who is a mental health professional, and she wrote a book called The Self Love Workbook. We are about to get into Cancer season astrologically, which is a time to focus on like just those feels and to get all like cozy and at home with ourselves. And sometimes when we don't feel at home with ourselves, it's because we don't have enough self love. And it's something that we're all learning. This is not like a one size fits all. It's not like to sell you something. It's literally just information that I think we could all use right now, especially in this world of social media. So check that out if you guys want a little bit of self love. Give yourself a big hug, and you guys have a good Sunday evening. And I hope you have the most amazing week, because you deserve it.